This is your Night 2 review of WrestleMania 36 here on YouTube.com. This is also another installment of Around the Point. I want to thank all of you for tuning in today. It is still, as of this recording right now, it is April the 5th, 2020. It is 11:40 p.m. Eastern Time. WrestleMania ended literally almost an hour ago or so. And here we are giving you the review of our thoughts on night number 2 of WrestleMania 36. And I am not alone here. I'm here joined by two awesome people. Here joined first, all the way in Detroit. Detroit versus everyone. The man with the golden charm, Big Mike from Big Mike Wrestling Recap Show. Big Mike, how are you?
I am better than yesterday.
I can see, I can hear that. It was just awesome. Awesome. You were better than yesterday.
Better than yesterday.
Yes. It's awesome, bro. And we're also here joined by, all the way in California, the AEW fanboy assassin himself, Chase Oliver. Chase, how you been, bro?
I'm doing great, Steven. Thanks for asking. How are you, my friend?
Very well here, as we're all putting up with this difficult time, but at least I'll give WWE credit for, distracting us for a couple of hours, which I think the world needed. If you're a wrestling fan, this is what you needed. Granted, and I think we've all agreed on this, the circumstances that was given, it sucks, but I'll give them credit for what credit is due. Hey, they helped, at least for me forget about what's going on right now in the world. Would you agree with that also, by any?
Oh, 100%.
All right, awesome. And, of course, guys, as you can see me here, it's Steve. Here I am here. I'm rocking my my Rose Goku shirt and my Supreme hat. But overall, what happened?
Rose.
Rose, yeah.
Like, I thought. Oh yeah. That's when he turns pink, right?
Yeah.
He's just Goku black.
Yeah, but they call him Rose.
I haven't seen that arc in a minute, dude. That arc was weird, dude. Of Dragon Ball, to be honest, that was really, a weird Dragon Ball arc.
It really was, yeah. And I watched it. I watched it recently. Right? People telling me, "Oh, you got to check this out," and I just bought the shirt, whatever. You know what I mean? I thought it was badass, and and I finally watched the whole thing. It was kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of weird, if you ask me. But anyway, WrestleMania is behind us now, and again, through all the bullshit, they finally got this done. Chase, I know you said in your review that you just did a couple moments ago, you thought night 1 was the better show than night 2. What happened?
I feel like what happened was, like, in my personal opinion, I feel like WWE kind of, in a weird way, like, they flipped the shows. Like, obviously, night 1 that we saw what we saw tonight was supposed to be night 1, but also too, I felt like night 1 was just stacked with so much more different match types and different themes that I feel like it would have worked out well. Like, you had good different characters on there. It had a good explosive ladder match on there. It also had probably one of the better of the two edited matches as well in the Boneyard match. Like, just overall, night 1 just had a little bit more than night 2. Just in terms of content, in my personal opinion. Not that to say night 2 was bad, by any means. Like I said, I think it's just an okay night. But night 1, I just felt had much more content than night 2, and also too, I feel like even though night 1 was last night, I felt like I just it's still fresh in my head. I felt like I combined the 2 nights, and it felt like another 7-hour WrestleMania. I don't know. The energy for this night was definitely much more down than night 1.
Yeah, I kind of get that too. I felt like, to me, okay, here was night 1. We got this. There's stuff that we didn't, again, as far as finishes go, that we didn't agree on, right? With, I guess, Shayna and Becky. What else happened on night 1 that people were questioning and scratching their heads to and shit like that? The Braun Strowman and Goldberg match and so on, etc. But I felt like night 2, okay, they kind of speed things up a little bit for me, at least. To be honest with all you guys, I preferred night 2 over night 1. But more than anything, again, that's not the most memorable WrestleMania. Let's get that clear right now. This will go down as, again, the most weirdest WrestleMania of all time. I'll be surprised if there's a fan out there. Because you know there are fans out there, right, that will say, oh, this is probably one of the top 10 because they overcame adversity and shit like that, Steve. How can you know what I'm saying? There'll be folks that will say that shit. There's a guy on Twitter, and I posted on Twitter a couple hours ago, I thought night 2 was better than night 1, and there's one guy, oh, no, both nights were better. I'm like, okay, it is what it is. Big Mike, what about you, bro? What was your take overall? If you had to choose between night 1 and night 2, like, what was your preference, if you will?
Yes, I am with night 2. I think night 2 was the better of the 2 nights. If it was up to me, I would put the Boneyard match in tonight's show, and it would have just been all of the better. But on the other hand, Chase was right. You had more of a variety of match types in night 1. But I felt like a lot of those match types I didn't care about going into them, so I really didn't care for watching them. But one did sneak up on me, and I started, liking the later part of the night, which was the triple threat ladder match. But I more like this whole night.
Yes.
Tonight.
And that's fine too. But again, we'll call my surprise again. They were again at every other platform out there besides the WWE Network. They were on Fight TV. They were on, I want to say, on the Fox Sports. They're on the Fox app, I think it was also.
Yeah, they were on both Fox apps. They was on Fox Sports 1 app and the Fox Sports app.
Were they? They weren't on ESPN Plus this time, right? They weren't.
No, they weren't on ESPN Plus.
Okay.
No.
But they're also on pay-per-view provided and all that stuff. So again, I said this on night 1. Again, when this is the biggest show of the year, they're gonna try to attack all the platforms. So there's that. I don't think we'll see Money in the Bank on Fight TV. I don't think it's gonna happen. No. Or maybe ESPN Plus. Again, I don't know. There is talk. I know we're prolonging this. We'll get into the review momentarily. But there was announced that Money in the Bank is going to be taking place on May 10th. They did not announce a location of the event because again, we don't even know by then if the world will be okay again, which I don't think will happen. I'm saying right now, I don't think the show will happen on May 10th. That's just my humble opinion. Who knows, really? Now, at the same time, they might be searching for a place where there's not a stay-at-home type of thing, which is fine, too. But, I don't know. We'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens here. The show, I did not watch the kickoff show. The kickoff match.
I missed it, so I don't know if there was a match.
There was a match. It was Natalya versus Liv Morgan. Of all things you can come up with on a kickoff show. These two women. Yes. Liv Morgan. Believe it or not, Liv Morgan defeated Natalya.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fine, I guess. Morgan got the better of a series of pin counters to win the match. That should just tell you everything you need to know about that. But we kick things off. We kick off the main card with Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley defending the NXT Championship. I honestly thought, again, this match for what it was a fine opener. I honestly, though, at the same time, with that being said, I would have not opened the show with this. That's just me, of course. I thought, and I don't know about you guys, but I just noticed this or not. I noticed, obviously, but it felt like Rhea Ripley was like, her theme was like Dragon Ball Z. Like the Saiyan outfit. Did it look like that to you guys?
Yeah, she did look like Vegeta. Yeah, she did.
That.
Yes, exactly. I thought that was pretty badass. Just basically Charlotte working on Rhea's leg for most of the match. Rhea hit at the beginning of the match. She hit the riptide for a near fall, which Rhea looked like in disbelief and shit. And it was all said and done. Because again, Charlotte was working on Rhea's leg the entire match. She locked in the figure 8 to become the 2-time NXT Women's Champion. So in the words of Chase, Golden Children rule.
Yeah, it was beautiful, Steven. I told y'all. Charlotte doesn't need it. This is just to help it. Screw you and your Rhea Ripley. You know what? NXT finally has a real champion, Steven, and I love it, Steven. I love it, Big Mac. We have a
I
champion.
love it, Michael. I love it.
I love it. We have a real champion. You built a superstar from the ground up. You get Charlotte Flair. Fuck your Adam Coles. I like Keith Lee, so I'm not going to say anything mean about him. Fuck your Undisputed Eras. Fuck your Broserweights. You have a real champion, NXT. How does it feel, NXT? How does it feel to have a real world champion?
I think, again, the win's a shock. Rightfully, at the same time, it made sense. Because you look at the match you can make now with Charlotte as champion. You have Charlotte Flair versus Io Shirai, Charlotte Flair versus damn, that's basically it. Io Shirai right now. Holy crap, that's like a contender, if you will, in that roster right now.
Well, you have Io Shirai, you got Dakota Kai, you have
but I'm not dying to see a Dakota Kai versus Charlotte though. I'm not dying to see that.
Yeah, I know, but you also have what else
Bianca.
do you got?
If you watch me today,
Bianca,
is
Bianca
main roster
got called up today.
Yeah, you can just tell. Yeah,
she got called up today, but and we already saw that match, without a title, and that was the tester to see if she was,
Ready.
a draw for the show.
And that didn't work. Remember, she lost.
Yeah,
to
it didn't
AEW.
work at all.
She lost in the ratings.
Yeah,
and he brought Charlotte Flair in. I just think again, you have Charlotte there now, and again, I'll think about the list of names she can go up against. Charlotte Flair versus like I mentioned, Io Shirai, Charlotte Flair versus Tegan Nox, Charlotte Flair versus
Tegan Nox. Here you go.
Is she still there? Candice LeRae.
Yeah, Candice
or Mia
LeRae,
Yim. But
Mia
again,
Yim.
you have to
There
build.
you go.
You have to build these matches though. You have to build it up. Like again, if you're gonna give me Io Shirai versus Charlotte, then you better save it for a takeover. You can't. You just can't give me that on NXT TV. You can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you there, Steven, for sure. That you can't just
weekend.
give me
SummerSlam weekend, if anything. That's the match I'll
We're
say.
not getting a SummerSlam this year.
If again, you never know, bro. You never say never. I want to be positive in this right now. Hopefully by then the world's back to normal. Everybody goes back to work. Everyone starts rolling back to school and stuff like that. At the same time, I don't even think, again, I know we're completely off topic here. I guarantee you all these online classes for elementary and high school and shit like that, even middle school, it's a test. Do you really got to pay teachers to teach a class? I guarantee you when this all said and done, a lot of teachers will be unemployed. God forbid. But
well, the teachers are teaching a class on online. You know that, right?
Well, certain selected ones. We'll see. But anyway, I know we're completely off topic here. But Charlotte wins. She's now a 2-time NXT champion. Mike, your thoughts? What were you gonna say, Chase?
I said I love it. Every time you say it, I just love it.
All right,
Charlotte Flair. She joins the likes of Shayna Baszler, and is Kairi Sane a 2-time champ?
No,
she was never a champ.
She joins the like of Shayna Baszler. Charlotte 2-time. Move out of the way, Shayna. It's Charlotte 2-time, baby.
I'll even say Charlotte 3-time before the year ends. But by the way, before I even mention it, this Wednesday on NXT is going to be that women's ladder match to determine the number one contender to challenge Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, whoever wins that is losing.
That's who's losing. Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully not Io Shirai. Now let's move
They
on.
already taped right?
What?
They already taped the match, correct?
Yeah, but hopefully
Yes.
Io didn't win that match. I hope the guy is not her. Cause I'm sorry, just don't throw that match right away. They showed highlights of Braun Strowman winning the Universal title, and of course highlights of Braun. Yeah, they showed highlights.
On,
yeah.
what are you talking about?
So
Braun Strowman.
But they showed highlights, like recap of night one. Like, yeah, in case you guys.
Steven, I think you're spreading fake news. You don't. Maybe you watched a different WrestleMania.
I'm sorry.
I watched
Care Bear.
No, Steven. I watched the WrestleMania. Goldberg said, "I don't want to defend this belt." He threw it at Vince, and Vince said, "Asshole," as Goldberg walked away. Care Bear came out to the ring with his greatest Royal Rumble belt, and he said he was the champion. Michael Cole said he's nuts, and then JBL said, "I think he finally lost his mind, Mogul." and then on the bump, he painted his greatest Royal Rumble belt blue. So I don't know what you're talking about. He didn't win the Universal title. He's just carrying the greatest Royal Rumble belt. Like, Steven, are you aligned with Marty Fake Newsman? Are you with Ali Abdel Sneeze? Like, stop spreading the fake news, Steven. Stop being with Mark Not So Goodard and report the real news, okay?
Sorry, man.
I'm about to die, bro.
I blame it on the sour. Blame it on the sour. I don't know what the fuck I just saw there. Anyway.
You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm seeing, right?
I know. Yeah, that's fake news. Yeah, hashtag fake news. Yeah.
Big Mike knows what I'm seeing. He's like, yeah, dude, Chase was right. I know what Chase was seeing.
Okay. So we then get Alastair Black versus Bobby Lashley. 1-on-1 for no reason whatsoever, just to fill time, I guess. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, Bobby Lashley sported a new ring attire, just tights now and shit.
He's worn that in TNA before. Stop.
Okay, fine. It's been a while. I just wish he wore the headband again. That's just me.
Yeah, he needs the headband. I do agree with you there, Steven. He had the headband. That's a different Lashley right there.
Headband, TNA Lashley is the best Lashley. And I know what? I know somewhere out there, Alucard, listening to this right now. He's like, thank you, finally. They agree with me. Finally. Chase and Steven finally agree. What the fuck is going on? What the hell? It was funny. Alucard sent me a tweet yesterday. Apparently it was AJ. Like, he had his hand out from the grave, right? He's like, 2015, man, WWE's gonna bury AJ Styles in 2020. It's a picture, obviously. Like, okay, we get it. This match, honestly, listen, just felt like a TV match. If you want me to be honest with you guys, just felt like a TV match. It looked like Lashley was gonna win. He was setting up to hit the Dominator. Lana got on the apron and demanded that he hit a spear instead, which Black then countered the spear with the black mass, which, if you watch the replay, didn't even touch him. Didn't even touch Lashley in the face.
It's his chest.
I have a question. Are people like, why do big guys don't know how to take the black mask? First, Lars Sullivan couldn't take it. Bobo's afraid to take it. Like some people take it, some people don't. Like, what is the issue with the black mask? Because I really do. Like, I like the move, but I feel like he needs to change his move at this point because it just seems like no one wants to take it. They're just like,
I would prefer I prefer he do a submission hold. Someone of his stature doing this. That's just me, of course. I think the fact that okay, I'm getting kicked in the face, and I don't know if this guy gonna connect right or not. Maybe that's the reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm just asking, like, why do people like tend to struggle with just taking this move? Like, I get it. It doesn't seem like a fun move to take. But golly, dude, it just looks terrible when he misses it, you know?
Yeah.
Facts. Now, I would say this, maybe with this, they're planting the seeds of a Lana and Lashley separation. I know they're married, but this could be the planning of, I know, again, in storyline, they're married. Let me correct myself here, right? But maybe this is the planting of the seeds of them, you know, being, I don't know, turmoil, if you will. Could be wrong. Who to say on Monday, tomorrow? Again, this is taped already, right? They do a rematch. Oh boy, a rematch from WrestleMania. And it happens again. I don't fucking know.
How many rematches do you think we're going to see tomorrow?
Probably 4.
A lot.
A lot of them.
A lot, and we're going to see about maybe two replays from these 2 nights.
Yes. If they're smart, you want to kill an hour, play the last man standing match. You want to kill an hour.
Oh my God.
Which we'll get into.
I'm good.
We'll get into that later on. But there is that. Chase, Mike, your thoughts on that match?
Chase, you go first.
Like you said, it didn't need to be on Mania. It was fine. If this had a crowd, I feel like this match, I'm going to say this a lot. If it bugs you, I'm sorry in the comment section. But a lot of the matches tonight, this is why I like night 1. I felt night 1 they did better without the crowd. Night 2, I felt a lot of these matches need the crowd. This match was just like, it it was kind of like Vince is like, I've been investing time in both Lashley and Black. Not the best way, but he has been investing time in them. We can't say Vince hasn't been doing anything with them because there has been time invested in these two individuals. And he has to get them on Mania. It's not like you can just let these guys not be on WrestleMania. So to me personally, he vested time in these guys. He put them on the show just for the sake that, hey, I put time into those guys, kind of like Corbin and Elias. This was definitely much better than Corbin versus Elias, but I definitely felt like I could have lived without this match. And I'm sure I'm going to get a best of 20 series of this match. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on that.
Big Mike, take it home, brother. On this match, that is.
Yeah, it felt like a TV match, but you know, I kind of felt, I felt the ending. I hated because number one, the mishap with the finish, and then on top of that, Lashley got up like he didn't even get hit, so it looked like oh, like I'm not even gonna sell it, you know.
Facts. Moving on here, we go on to one of the anticipated matches of the night. Apparently, per Michael Cole, one of the most personal matches in the history of WrestleMania. That's exactly what this fucker said on commentary. I shit you not. Otis versus Dolph Ziggler.
Oh.
Yes.
I struggle to remember this match from my review. So.
Yes, me too. I'm struggling right now. Again, honestly, I was looking forward to this match. I really, really was. Because again, you know, the idea of, listen, really about it, right? If you look at this road to WrestleMania, one of the most over acts on this whole thing has been Otis.
Yeah. This is one of the best built this is the second best built feud on this whole entire thing.
Exactly. All right, the idea, hey, Otis finally gets the girl, right? Then on SmackDown, did the whole thing where they have that dude, I guess people were saying it's Mustafa Ali, in a control center, showing the hidden cameras and stuff like that. I guess Sonya texting, I guess hacking into Mandy's phone and stuff like that. And here we go. We have Sonya and Dolph Ziggler walking to the ring together. What again? Just whatever, you know what I mean? And Otis by himself. The match, I'm gonna be real about it. As much anticipation I had for, again, just the moment. Again, this is what Chase was saying also. Again, the fact that there was not a crowd here, it kind of took away from the match. Because you wish for the moment at the end, there was a crowd for that reaction. Finally, he gets his moment, right? There was a moment in the match where, on the apron, right? I guess Sonya got on the apron to distract the referee, allowing Ziggler to hit a low blow. Then Mandy showed up, and she gave Sonya Deville the weakest slap I've ever seen a woman slap a girl before. Now, I've seen plenty of women, I'm sure you guys as well, right? I've seen plenty of women slap each other with more aggressiveness, right? You feel that's the snap, right, of the slap almost, you know what I'm saying? This, like, again, you're in an empty building. Make it believable, right?
I should hear that slap. When she slapped it, I should hear, I know what you're saying. Like, we should hear that.
Exactly. We should hear the slap. We should just fucking hear it, right? She slaps Sonya, goes around and low blows Ziggler, right? And then Otis wins with the fucking caterpillar. Again, I like the Otis character. It's funny. I just think, again, for some of his stature, he needs a more offensive finishing maneuver. He wins. He pins Ziggler after the match. He lifts up Mandy Rose. It's like you can just tell on camera. Again, they're so good friends. It's like they're both in the friend zone, right? In real life, they'll never cross. They'll never break that barrier, right? So when they were gonna kiss, like, fuck, how do I do this shit? You can tell they were both awkward as fuck kissing each other.
Oh yeah, that kiss was awkward. There was no tongue action or anything. Like, that was just like two friends that were just kissing each other, and they had to. But you couldn't just do like a simple kiss. Like, it needed to be like a long, like 30-second to a minute kiss. Where, yeah, finally he got the girl. You know.
Yeah, exactly. But again, there was that, and yeah, Otis got the girl. But again, if this was in Tampa, in Raymond J. Raymond James Stadium, right? This would have been awesome. That reaction of the crowd losing their shit. And I said this on Twitter. Otis giving fat guys hope. What's up?
Exactly. That's why I was excited for this. I knew the payoff was going to be a kiss.
I feel like it's just any guy hope. Like, but also too.
Yeah, for like the fat guy, the nerds, the dorks. I'm saying that. Giving those people hope, if you will. But there was that. I mean, where do they go from here? I have no clue. Again, we don't know what's gonna happen in a couple of weeks. Do you come back with new storylines? Everything just a reset? Do you hit the reset button? I think you should. If you will, you gotta hit the reset button on everything. I'm not saying do a Vince Russo WCW with Eric Bischoff and vacate all the titles, if you will. I'm not saying that. But we'll see what happens. Your guys' thoughts. Mike, your thoughts on the match.
Yeah, the match itself was not that good to me. I really didn't care about the match. I just wanted the payoff. And I got that payoff, so I guess it was all good after that. But, I could have did without the match.
Chase, your thoughts, brother?
I felt the payoff was what mattered. But yeah, like with Mike, I could have, like, if you said, like, yeah, this match didn't need to happen, I'd be okay. I would understand. I'd be like, you know what? If it was just a little bit more gimmicky, I would have been fine. That's another thing. All these matches went a little bit too long tonight, too. I was just like, they should have cut it down. And especially since you did film this in advance, you let too much on the editing floor. You should have edited out some stuff.
Which we'll get into. Speaking of editing, we'll get into that in just a little bit. That's fine. Now let's get into the last man standing match with Edge versus Randy Orton. Now, prior to this, I don't know about you guys, but I did watch the WWE 24 special on Edge. I will say this. What happened?
I watched it.
I did. Did you watch it, Chase?
Yeah, I watched it, I said.
Mike, did you watch it?
No, I didn't. I should watch it once we get done with it.
Yeah, when you get to watch it, bro, it's worth the watch. I think honestly, this is like the longest 24 that they've done. I could be wrong on that.
It felt like it would never.
But I will say this is probably the best one they've done. I know I've said that before about previous one, but this is probably the best one that they've done. And I said this, I said this too when Edge came out at number 21 in the Royal Rumble. Like, here I am just sitting here. And I used a SpongeBob meme that he's sitting there at the diner by himself. Here I am just waiting for that WWE 24 special on Edge. And we got it. Right? It's really worth a watch. It really, really is. Just for all the shit that he's gone through and all that stuff, right? That being said, I said in my prediction that this was going to be the match of WrestleMania. I think if anyone can do it, it's these two guys. Right?
Right.
This match, according to Wikipedia, went about, if I can find it here, 36 minutes and 35 seconds. Almost 40 minutes of just nonstop. And again, these two guys went out there, and they killed each other. Literally beat the fuck out of each other. We got a free tour of the Performance Center in Orlando.
That's sick. I know, now I don't have to visit it, man. I crossed it off my bucket list. I
could have sworn, like WrestleMania 33, when they were doing the travel packages, if you got the most premium package, right? This was featured in the package. You get a tour of the Performance Center. I forget. It was years ago, but still, I could have sworn, right? So all the suckers out there that paid all that money, we got it for free. We didn't have to fucking be there either. And again, I'll give them credit where credit's due. Listen, they used the environment to their credit. They wrestled around the Performance Center, right? Which again, you had to, obviously, last man standing match. There's a moment where they're like in the conference room, and for whatever reason, there's a fucking fence as a roof. I don't know why. I do not know why. I saw Edge climb that. I guess he dropped from there. But again, they were just going at it. And again, I thought the action was good. It just kept going and going and going. And what made it even worse, fucking Tom Phillips and Byron Saxton did not help this match at all.
How's it going? Welcome to the
Dude.
Like, was I watching golf or wrestling, dog? Like, what was I watching?
Like, for real. It's like there was an ASMR video on YouTube. It was like, why are you whispering? It's like somebody was turning the volume down and then up every so often, because they would get excited for some stuff. But majority of this match, I would say about maybe 30 minutes of this match, they were whispering.
Like, they were scared almost, bruh. Like, these guys were scared. Like, come on, it's a match. It's the last man standing match. And I said this on Twitter, too. One thing that I hope would have happened, but again, it didn't. If they're going to go at it, let them go out there. Let these two guys go out there in street clothes. Because the idea is, holy crap, it's a no disqualification match. It's last man standing. Anything goes, right? Not being the wrestling gear. And again, it's just me. There's a small attention to detail. Edge comes, like I said, Edge came out. Orton came out from behind. I guess he was like the cameraman and wearing like disguise clothes and shit. And again, like I said before, they were going at it all over the place. There's a moment in the match, and it's like people say, "Oh, they paid tribute to Chris Benoit."
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was weird. Like that was especially because Dark Side of the Ring did not like it. You know, it just came out like, you know, it's like still kind of fresh in people's mind, that recent Benoit documentary. So kind of a weird choice there, WWE. You know,
yes,
kind of a weird choice.
Indeed, it was weird. It was creepy.
Yeah,
it was
collectively, everybody just thought about that once, you know, they went towards the weight set and put it across his edge neck. It's like, dude, you literally gonna do that?
Make sure it's not 200 pounds or so. Make sure it's not that. Just saying. The dogs are in the. No, I gotta stop. I should stop. No, fuck that.
Yeah, stop.
Stop, yeah. Stop, yes. Yeah. Make sure my phone. Make sure I got a text. I'm sorry. No, I'm stopping again. And it just kept going and going. Honestly, they could have done this in 15 minutes, and I would have been fine. But I get it too. At the same time, it's Edge's first singles match back in 11 years. Fun little fact. I know we didn't mention this earlier, but no one really gives a shit. But I'll just say it anyway. Apparently, this was Dolph Ziggler's first singles match in WrestleMania. Whatever.
I was so surprised by that. I'm being dead honest. I was so surprised. I thought our boy Steven, and Steven, you shouldn't say this. In Team Heel podcast / the Round the Point history, Ziggler's kind of like a mascot for us. They hear you. They hear you. All right? He's a mascot. We can't. This is a moment we should be celebrating. I couldn't believe it. I looked through it, and I could not believe this was his first ever singles match in WrestleMania history. Good on you, Dolph.
Good on you, bro. Good on you, Dolph. You finally made it. But back to this Edge and Orton match. And they're fighting over the Performance Center. They fight a storage way. They find a way to get to like the NXT truck. On top of the truck, Edge does like a fucking an elbow drop from the top of a fence onto like a table. I thought that was it. I thought that was gonna be it.
Why do they have that? And that's who designed that? First of all, who's the designer of the PI? Or the Performance Center? Sorry, I called it the UFC PI. My bad, Steven. But who designed that? Who was like, hey, you know what would be cool on the top of the ceiling? What? Like a fucking fence? Like what?
I have no idea, dude. I guess the theme is it's wrestling's WWE and all that shit, right? I guess they grab anything that they've used in previous shows and make it part of the Performance Center, right? In some weird way, shape, or form, right? But again, these fuckers just kept going and going. And they sweated like crazy.
Yeah.
Have you seen Edge sweating like whole? I remember years ago. I don't know if you guys remember this or not. Back in the old WWF days, like during the Attitude Era, they would have these action figures, right, with the sweat, including the sweat.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing ever, man.
You guys remember that? And I remember,
no,
and I could have sworn
I was a little kid,
and I could have sworn they had an Edge action figure. the same with featuring the sweat. Like, you put this thing on top of the action figure, it starts sweating like crazy and shit, which was weird.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah,
look it up.
Look up. Yeah, when you get a chance, look it up when you get a chance. And that was that. There was that. And then as we get to the end of the match, so we were hoping it was. You see Orton laid out. Right, Edge apparently does this finisher now where, by the way, Orton was about to do the punt kick. The fucking punt kick, which again got countered into Edge's like new arm triangle choke, right? Laid out, made Orton pass out. He lays a conch. He's about to hit the 1-man conch. He starts crying. You guys caught that, right? He starts tearing up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There were like I said, this was the Irishman of professional wrestling matches. When I get to mine, I'll go dive deeper in it. But yeah, he was definitely he was going a little bit too hard there. Mr. Edge was.
And then he hits him with it, and that's it. Edge wins. This, honestly, you know what it reminded me too? If you ever played 2K20 or 2K19 or any other video games over the years, right? When you put a match with no time limit and you just keep on going with it and keep on going with it and keep on going with it, this is what it was. And again, I understand it. Edge's first singles match in 11 years. Maybe his last one. We don't fucking know. And if it is, fine. Let it be. Let it be. So that's it with that. Mike, Chase, take it away. Your thoughts on this match?
All right. I just looked up the the Maximum Sweat WWF action figures. Jesus Christ, that's creepy. You have to fill it in the back of water.
You know who's gonna get on too, guys? I'm sorry to cut you guys off. Walty's gonna join us as well.
No.
Bring him on.
What happened?
I said no way.
Yes way. Maybe after we can go back to doing what we used to do back in the day and watch some day in the life vlogs. We're not gonna say no name, but that's around the point. Getting Walter in as well. Just add him to the call here. So continue going, Mike. Continue going as you were.
Yeah, these action figures are creepy. But yeah, the Edge match, it had its moments. It was too long. I was a little bit let down because the commentary was terrible. And it was just forever. Like, I am so, like, I feel sorry for Edge. He had to come back
to this.
His first match. Yeah, he had to come back to this. His Royal Rumble, he came back on the day Kobe died. And a lot of people was trying to get over that. Then this whole thing happened. Everybody got to stay at home. No crowds, nowhere. And he has to wrestle for 40 minutes, getting pulverized, getting dropped on stuff, getting hit with stuff, no adrenaline pumping, in front of no crowd at the PC. After what, almost 10 years of not being in the ring?
Yeah, but yeah, again, it sucks. The circumstances suck again, bro. Chase, your thoughts, bro.
This was the Irishman of professional wrestling matches. It took way too long. It tried to be dramatic at points where it did not need to be dramatic. Like, honestly, I could have done without this match. It like the length of this match. The action was good. The Edge and Orton are just top class wrestlers. You can't sit there and say they aren't. But this match just didn't, like, just too much bells and whistles. You know, could have ended a lot sooner. But overall, man, yeah, it was there. Tom Phillips and Byron Saxton. I can see why Dio Madden and who was that other guy that replaced them? Big Joseph.
Big Joseph.
Yeah, I can see why now they did get replaced by those two at a moment of time. They were just trashed in this match. Really took it away. You know, this show sometimes we take Michael Cole for granted, and Michael Cole is a really good commentator. These guys just couldn't sell it. They're trying to be too over dramatic. I felt after the gym, that was when we should have gotten near the end of the match. But then they decided we were not done with the tour of the Performance Center. We need to see everything. And yeah, so overall, this match will have its mixed reviews. You're going to have people who love it. You're going to have people like me who thought it was a bad match and just way too long. And it's disappointing that this was a bad match that went way too long because, it's two of the most talented guys, and this was one of the more hyped matches. And I feel like that also hurt it too, was that this match did have more hype than a lot of the matches. So it underperforming did not help.
Well. Look who just joined us right now. It's Walter. At Hey, I'm Walter. Walty, how you been, buddy?
Walter, I've been pretty good.
Welcome back, bro. We missed
you. Couldn't miss a little bit of this, I did watch WrestleMania both nights.
Oh, you watch with your lady, bro? You watch with your lady?
Nah, she was watching some Netflix shit.
I was about to say, bro.
I was the only one watching.
Dude. So, I know you, again, I know you've been busy. So what's your take overall before we continue going with the rest of the card? You can just summarize your overall thoughts on both night 1 and night 2 without giving any results.
Night 1 and night 2? Walter, how I feel?
Walter, keep this in mind, bro. We were there last year, bro. I think it was night and day, right? Night and day.
I miss it, to be honest. I mean, shit. Yeah, that shit was WrestleMania last year was pretty fun. This year, no one enjoyed it. Well, no one from how do I say it? From a live experience enjoyed it. But
did you enjoy the walk back, bro? Did you enjoy the walk back to the fucking train, bro? When it rained?
Fuck out of here.
You enjoyed the walk. You enjoyed the walk back to Brooklyn, bro?
I enjoyed the walk
funny
back.
enough, Steven, you talking about rain and stuff. This WrestleMania would have been rained out most likely, or it would have had rain during the event.
Yeah, it would have. So in a way, it's a miracle. Like in some hindsight, I think again.
I think I low-key enjoyed it though. This WrestleMania. I can't believe I'm saying it, but maybe because I haven't watched the product like that every week. But it was probably good. I mean, the things I was interested in, I enjoyed besides a couple things, but for the most part, it was the best they could do.
If you had to choose because I asked Mike and Chase here also, I'm gonna ask you as well, since you're here now. If you had to choose between night 1 and 2, which was the better night for you?
Night 1 had a better ending, but I think night 2 overall was better.
Okay, fair enough. We're just talking about the longest match, the longest match of the show, which was the last man standing match, bro. Your thoughts on this match overall? Edge's first singles match in 11 years.
100. Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I just thought the match was too long. I think that's what everyone was saying on Twitter too. Like at the beginning, it was all right, and then it just kept getting slow. It was just too slow a little bit for me. The ending was fine, but I think I'm surprised, they wrestled that long. I mean, for the most part, they were, a little bit, they were stalling a little bit, so it's not like they wrestled fast-paced action for 36 minutes, but they definitely could have shortened this match.
Fair enough. Now let's move on. But before we get into the Raw Tag Team Title match, during the show, Rob Gronkowski, Gronk.
No, I forgot to talk about this.
And I'm gonna just say one thing. And again, it's too big for one night. Okay. And again, I noticed the small details. Right. If you wanted it to be again too big for one night, right? And Gronk came out, welcome to night 2 and shit like that, right? Why is he wearing the same outfit from night 1?
Didn't you hear? Okay, people obviously are just not listening to Gronk's promo. Gronk said it in the promo, I'm partying for 30 hours straight. So he's partying for 30 hours straight. I mean, no one obviously listened to Gronk's promo, man. He was partying for 30 hours straight.
Ah, damn.
I think people didn't want to hear Gronk talking. That's what it was.
I know.
Yeah, dude.
So
I saw some reaching. They're like, oh, man, this is so pathetic. They gave Gronk the 24/7 belt. Wrestling sucks. I'm like, wow, dude, y'all reaching on this one, man. And it's just the 24/7 title. It's not that big.
They give everyone that title.
Okay, so
Exactly. They gave it everyone, basically. So yeah, they had all these jobbers come out, and they're all chasing fucking Mojo Rawley. And next thing you see is Gronk dive off the balcony and land on all these jobbers. They even had some enhancement guy that no one even fucking seen shit from NXT. And got the 1, 2, 3. He's now the 24/7 champion until tomorrow, I guarantee you. At the same time, I get it too. They need a Sports Center moment. ESPN Persia tomorrow talk about Gronk becoming a champion in wrestling. Don't be surprised.
Gronk, and the thing people don't, for non-wrestling fans, what they need to realize, Gronk's very over with a lot of like casual people. Like people just find him interesting, just in general. So if you hate this, I get it. Like I'm not gonna say you should love this, but just keep in mind that you need to realize they brought Gronk in because he's gonna bring eyes to the product. He wants to do this, so I give him props on that. Is he going to be good at it? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we have to wait and see on that.
That's a wait and see. I'm not going to say Gronk's going to be some super great at pro wrestling type of deal, but if you hate it, just know at least it's not for like the United States title. Be happy that it's just the goofy. What's this title called again? 24/7 belt.
24/7 belt. Yeah.
24/7 title. Yeah.
24/7 7-Eleven I-97 European Intercontinental. Yeah. Television. AEW TNT Championship. There's that. Now let's get on to the Raw Tag Team Championship match here. We have the Street Profits defending the tag title versus Angel Garza and Austin Theory. Austin Theory's WrestleMania debut in front of an empty performance center. Let that sink in. Andrade was supposed to be in this match, but he injured a rib, so they put in Austin Theory with Angel Garza. And again, just like Alastair Black and Bobby Lashley, to me, this felt like a television match all around.
Yeah.
To me, this is what it felt like. Montez Ford hit a frog splash on Theory to break up a pin on Angelo Dawkins, and Dawkins just pinned Theory basically from there. So Theory took the pinfall on Raw, and here he's taking the pinfall on WrestleMania, protecting Angel Garza, right? Fine, I'm fine with that too, I guess, right? If you will.
Yeah, Garza's great.
Garza's great. Again, I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. They are pushing even this. I was even saying this pre COVID-19 pandemic and shit like that. They were pushing the wrong Latin guy, and here we are now. It's like they have the opportunity post WrestleMania to do the right thing with Angel Garza. I hope. So after the match, you have them attacking Montez Ford. Out comes Bianca Belair for the save, and she hits the KOD onto Zelina Vega. So there's that. You see the Street Profits and Bianca celebrating. People are saying this is Bianca's call up to the main roster. And if that's the case, it looked like she'll be wrestling and also managing or valeting for the Street Profits, making them a trio, I guess. So I'm fine with. I get it. That's his. There again. That's the wife of Montez Ford. So why the hell not? Gentlemen, your thoughts on this. Chase, I'll start with you.
I could have done it without this match. It really underdelivered for me. I've been having an issue with wrestlers doing goofy stuff like panning to the crowd when there's no one there, and Street Profits were doing way too much of that, man. Like I like them, but it just looked goofy. Like I'm just gonna say that. So yeah, I'm good. It was okay. It is what it is.
Walty, your thoughts, bruh?
Felt the same way. Felt like it was just a throwaway match. I mean, just to get these guys on the card, I guess, cool. But yeah, it felt like a TV match.
Facts. Big Mike, your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, it was a TV match. I'm glad they didn't change the titles. Some people thought that they were going to change the titles, which is asinine. But yeah, TV match. It was okay.
There you guys have it. TV match that was okay for just a match on Monday Night, which we'll probably will see tomorrow on Monday Night Raw in a rematch, if we have not yet. At the same time, I'll say I don't mind the team of Austin Theory and Angel Garza. I don't mind it if they want to go that route going forward, and if their idea.
Zelina Vega's kind of being like a modern day Harley Race, where she's actually having like a bunch of different people in her valet group. Like, I kind of like that, to be honest. So I kind of like that she's kind of, and she's not just like, yeah, we got to give you the Hispanic because you can speak good English and they can't, so you have to be a translator. Like, I kind of like that she's dipping her fingers or her toes with a bunch of different wrestlers. So I hope they continue with that. Like, I hope this is not just like, oh yeah, you're good, Austin Theory, you're done. Like, I hope Austin Theory is like actually like he's gonna stay and he's gonna do something.
I still think again, Theory's good, but again, I've watched Theory before and Evolve, right? I just think he can do a little more time in NXT. Like, if you're gonna rotate between Raw and NXT, that's fine. If you want to do that, okay. But I don't mind seeing the tag team of Garza and Theory if the idea is that Andrade is going to get turned on by Zelina and all of them when he comes back. We'll see. We'll see how that goes as well. We then go from that to the SmackDown Women's Championship elimination match, by the way. We have Bayley defending her title versus Tamina, Naomi, Lacey Evans, and Sasha Banks. Before the match, they had an interview with Sasha Banks and Bayley trying to plant the seed that, hey, what if it comes down to those two and shit like that? And that they're best friends and they're role models and blah, 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 blah. This match was just all over the place. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't. Nor in a good way either. Just there. For me, at least. There was a moment in the match where they teased a reunion of Team BAD, which no one gave a fuck about. Even if they were like in a live stadium in Tampa, I guarantee you no one would even remember Team BAD or Team Bad. No one.
Hell no.
Right? They teased it. And then Tamina super kicked the fuck out of Sasha. Ironically, she was the first one eliminated, which sucked. Whatever. Then followed by Naomi. She tapped out to the bank statement. It was down to Lacey, Sasha, and Bayley. And from there, I knew where they were going to go with this. They did tease that, Bayley and Sasha might go at it. Lacey hits the women's right on Sasha for the 1-2-3. And then it was down to Bayley and Lacey Evans. And somewhere in this match, Sasha got involved, hit I think it was a backstabber, to which Bayley then hit her finisher. The Rose Plan DDT, that's what they're calling it, right? And that was it. Bayley retained her championship. After the match, you had Banks hand over the championship to Bayley, and there was that. So again, the match that I didn't care for. Whatever. For me, Chase, your thoughts, bro?
No, I didn't understand this match. I thought it stunk. Like, this was a waste of time. Like, what's the point of having Sasha in this match if you're not going to do anything productive with the Bayley and Sasha storyline? Like, you should have just said, hey, you know what? Let's just do Lacey Evans versus Bayley again, because that's how I felt about this match. That was just a Lacey Evans and Bayley match, and there was a couple other spots. Like, this was just not needed. So I'm good. Move on.
Walty.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to fight.
In terms of this match, yeah, it was. I agree. This shit was all over the place. Yeah, I don't know what. Like, I really thought, the purpose of this match was to have Sasha, maybe turn on Bayley, and that didn't happen. So to me, I agree. This was all just kind of a waste of time. And, this heel Bayley, I'm still not really digging it. So yeah, it is what it is with that match.
Fair enough. Big Mike, your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I didn't even know that this was an elimination match. I didn't think this was advertised as such going into it until the first elimination happened. It seems like they do that often now with multi-people matches. But, yeah, not the biggest fan of this match. didn't really care about this match. I don't like Bayley. Don't like Tamina. Lacey's okay, but this match as a whole, it's not that good. I could have did without it.
Fair enough, fair enough. And at the
It
same
doesn't
time,
follow the coronavirus guidelines, huh?
yeah, it doesn't either. Yeah, my question now too is, did Sasha Banks, did she go to her hotel room after this and cry on the floor and this and whatnot? That's the question that I want to know.
She dyed her hair. Like I could tell that Sasha lost this match because the weekend before, what did she do? She dyed her hair blonde, so I was like, "Yep, Sasha lost.
Yeah.
She must be sad."
Yeah. We then get to one of the most anticipated matches on the show, the Firefly Funhouse match. John Cena and Bray Wyatt, the Fiend. And again, when I think back on this WrestleMania, yes, what was going on sucked, the circumstances, right? But what I got from this too, and I'm gonna say this again, I know a lot of people said this too. WWE can be creative when they need to be. And look at the Boneyard match and look at this as perfect examples. You know what I mean? In a way, at the same time, you think about this, right? Just everything about this match. It wasn't even a match. It was just a segment. Cena comes out, right? They play the old school WrestleMania, Vince McMahon saying WrestleMania and stuff like that. Just flashbacks, if you will. Just fucking all these flashbacks. You see Kurt Angle. My bad. Well, obviously you see Kurt Angle in the highlights, but Bray Wyatt like reiterating Angle's promo from 2002 when he issued the Open Challenge. John Cena came out in his ruthless aggression attire, right? The little orange and blue little tights with the hair and stuff like that. They get in the ring and Cena's saying ruthless aggression, keeps clotheslining Bray Wyatt and he misses. So again, from there they go to Doctor of Thugonomics John Cena, and he's rapping and stuff like that. And at the same time, Bray Wyatt was throwing shade at Cena. You can look, but you can't touch, which I thought was funny as hell. Also all the cameos of Huskus the Pig, Vince McMahon, the puppet, if you will. That's good shit, which I thought was funny. They added that line. I thought that shit was funny as hell, right? I'm pretty sure John Moxley was watching. AEW World Champion, Big Platinum. And they even did this whole like WCW theme, right? Where they present the newest weapon.
The whole point of the match was that we finally got to see a Cena heel turn. Like it was like the whole point was Bray beating Cena mentally. Yes. And so like the whole thing about it was like, Cena finally went heel. And I think the most over thing of the night was Cena with the hell, it's now my Twitter header. Like Cena wearing the NWO shirt coming out with the big gold belt and he's doing the thing and he does the too sweet with Bray. Like that was amazing.
Yep, indeed it was. Yeah. And again, at the same time, we saw once again Bray Wyatt as he was back in 2014, right? With the rocking chair and all. We saw a cameo of Luke Harper. I'm sorry, Garbage Man, and Brody Lee or Luke Harper, if you will, from WrestleMania 30.
Exalted one.
The exalted one, whatever that means. Yeah. You see John Cena in his ring gear from WrestleMania 30, like the black shirt that he wore to the ring, right? And there's a moment where Bray's on his knees, like, yo, hit him with the chair, which he didn't do 6 years ago. He goes to hit him, and it goes dark, and the Fiend shows up and hits the mandible claw on the John Cena. And that's it. And I guess Bray also is the referee, because the idea is there's the Fiend, and then there's Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt, right? There's two people. So they got the 1, 2, 3. So in theory, the Fiend beat John Cena, I guess.
Yeah.
Again, all this was weird. It was it's like they were on an acid trip. But I loved it. I fucking loved it. Just like the Boneyard match. Now, Grant, if I had to choose between this and the Boneyard match, I would choose the Boneyard match over this. But that's just me. Walt, let's start with you. Your thoughts?
So, yeah, this wasn't really a wrestling match, but this wasn't a wrestling match really. But just like the Boneyard match, it's one of those type of segments where, to be fair, it was a little entertaining. I thought it worked for both characters. Love the flashbacks, especially with Cena's, basically career, and then they went back to a Cena Wyatt match. I think it works, and I think with this Mania, they could get away with matches like this because there was no one in the audience. Imagine if they did this if they had this in Tampa. The fucking fans would have to watch two matches that aren't even in the arena. So, even that last man standing match wasn't really. I guess it was a little bit in the arena.
Technically, it was.
Technically, it was, but more performance center. But yeah, the point is, this match, I think it worked. Cena really didn't have to do much. He was pretty much doing what he usually does anyway, acting.
Yeah. Chase, your thoughts, bro?
I like this. This was fun. Definitely not as good as the Boneyard match. Boneyard match and everything. This was just a segment, and it was just like, that was a fun little segment. It was Cena beating himself. The Fiend realized he couldn't brute force Cena because, Cena overcomes anything. It doesn't matter how much you throw at him. Cena will pop up and rise again. So he had to beat. The only way to beat John Cena is have John Cena beat himself. Just good. As Puppet McMahon said, such good shit. Like, it was hilarious. It was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it overall.
Big Mike, your thoughts, bro, before we get to the main event.
Yeah, I loved every single second of this segment / match, from the beginning to the flashbacks to even the 80s segment. When you got Macho Mercy and Mr. McBossman, which was hilarious.
Indeed, it was. Yes, absolutely.
And the backstory of Cena doing curls. If you watched Sheamus's workout channel, you could hear the story of John Cena saying that he hates curls. So him doing the curls like relentlessly, and then his arms going dead, going into the next segment, which was the Dr. Thugonomics segment. It was amazing. The little digs, the Nikki Bella dig was funny. This is such good shit dig was funny. Everything was just perfectly put into place in this segment, and it was enjoyable through and through.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now from there, and again, it's like we see Titus O'Neil, who took over Gronk's gig as being the host. He's like, I don't know what we just saw, and they faded to black. I thought it was funny. We then get the main event of night number 2. We get Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. And what I will say is a typical Brock Lesnar style match when he's phoning it in. And I kind of feel bad for Drew here. I really, really do. I feel bad for him. Yes, I'm happy that he won. Yes, he did win the WWE Championship. They start off the match and Drew hits a Claymore kick. Got a near fall. He goes for another one, and then Drew gets countered into a German suplex, into another one. Not one, not two, not three, but 3 F5s, and Drew kicked out. And then 2 Claymore kicks, and that was it. Kind of a similar blueprint to the Goldberg and Braun Strowman match. And it was lazy. At the same time, rushed. And I want to believe again, if this was in the stadium, this would have been would have had a more bigger feel. I want to believe too. Hell, if Drew would have, if this would have been in the stadium, we would have heard Broken Dreams.
No.
At least maybe like a version beforehand of this, but not the actual song.
Or you know what I'm saying, or the bagpipes. You know what I'm saying, or like Walter, remember?
Yeah, they would have.
Walter, remember Takeover Brooklyn 3 when Drew came out to that match with Bobby Roode, and they had the bagpipes
Yeah.
like that. At least that.
Yeah, he would have had a special entrance regardless if they were in the Tampa Stadium.
I know Edge was
Yeah.
about to have the band come out, right? For Ed was to get like a live theme, a live theme, whatever. Weren't they saying that?
With dang, what's the band that makes his theme?
Metal Genius, I think it is.
Alter Bridge.
Alter Bridge.
Yeah, Alter Bridge. He was supposed to have Alter Bridge live.
Yeah.
How do you guys not know that band name? Like in 2000, from 2007 to 2009, they produced like a WWE pay-per-view team every other month.
Happens, bro. It happens. There's a fart. There's a brain
Those
fart.
were the years that I fell off, so I really wasn't watching.
Facts.
The bridge, it was Shine Down, and then if it wasn't Shine Down, it was Caesar.
Shine Down.
If it wasn't Caesar, it was what's that one brand that does Hero? I need a hero to save me
Skillet.
down. Yes, Skillet. Yeah.
But the point is though, Drew McIntyre is now WWE champion. He pins Brock Lesnar here. He is now the first Scottish-born WWE champion. You think about this too, right? You have, when you think about this, right? Nikki Cross, who's one half of the women's tag team champions from Scotland. Kaylee Ray, who's Scottish, she's the NXT UK women's champion. Wolfgang, and I think his partner, I forgot his name, right? They are.
I think it's Joe Coffey.
No, this is probably his brother.
Or is it Mark Coffey?
Yeah, Mark Coffey. Yeah, they are the NXT UK Tag Team Champions. So again, and you add Drew as WWE champion. Scotland's taking over as far as WWE titles are concerned, which is good, awesome. But again, even with that, I want to believe this would have been a bigger effect in the stadium. You would have seen the pubs in Scotland celebrating and shit like they did in the Rumble. But hey, he's finally the WWE champion. The chosen one finally got his moment. And hell, at the same time, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I really wish Michael Cole did commentary for this match. At least he would have put some effort on commentary on this day. At least we would have heard, Sunday, April 5th, 2020, the day Drew McIntyre arrived. You know what I mean? At least give me that.
Oh yeah, he definitely would have. He definitely was needed for this match for sure. Like he would have been like Sunday, April 5th. What does he call it?
The chosen
Claymore.
one. The chosen.
No, the Claymore. What's it? Claymore County. Claymore County, Lake Claim in Tampa
Country.
Bay.
Claymore Country.
He'll be like Claymore Country, Lake Claim in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Clearly stated.
Yeah. Something like that. So now my question is, where do you go from here with Drew McIntyre WWE champion? I would say Kevin Owens, right? There's a report that it'll be Rollins, but Rollins is still a heel and he lost at WrestleMania. Like, where do you go from here? Where do you go with Drew McIntyre now as a WWE champion?
Go home.
Besides go home. Yeah, he's going home now. Fuck yeah, he's taking that. He's taking that belt's already in Scotland, or they're celebrating and shit. But, well, Mike, what was your thoughts on the match, bro? Your thoughts overall and all that shit.
Oh yeah, the match, was your stereotypical match. Sort of like last night, just finisher, special move before the finisher, and then another finisher. So nothing really to the match, but with Drew emotion, reaching out into the camera, saying thank you to the fans, who's watching, because this really, irked him a lot that he couldn't do this in front of nearly 80,000 people. If you watch that little thing that they did on the WWE Network of him finding out that this whole, predicament that we're in, it really pissed him off. So. Yeah, so that was emotional. That was probably the best part of the match, was him being emotional that he won the WWE Championship finally. But yeah, that it did its thing.
Yes. Big Mike. My bad. Walter, your thoughts, bro.
Yeah, this match, it would have been nice if it did have a crowd. I feel like that was that moment where Drew wins the title and the crowd kind of, I think they would pop for it, because anytime they see Brock Lesnar lose, I think people get happy for it. But yeah, I mean, he's been through, a lot through McIntyre, so good for him for the win. It just kind of felt, I won't say a little flat, but it definitely needed the crowd. I think it definitely would have spiced things up. But the main event was just, it's just like a Brock Lesnar main event, unfortunately.
Chase, your thoughts, bro. Before we wrap this up here.
This was a trash main event. I have nothing else to say. Good for Drew McIntyre, but I will not, honestly, I won't remember how he won the belt. I'll just be like, okay, he won, but that's it. I don't know why you keep saying Strowman and Goldberg happened. That didn't happen, Steven. I'm so confused.
Strowman and Goldberg.
Steven, you're being a Marty fake newsman, man, and I can't deal with Marty fake newsman. You're being Marty.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What happened to Roman Reigns and Goldberg? That should have been.
Okay, I'm sorry. It had a similarity to, I guess, Braun coming out with the Greatest Rumble title, almost. He wrestled the Invisible Man, and he hit 3 powers on the Invisible Man, and
Thank you. Stop being Marty fake newsman and Mark Not So Good Goddard and stuff like that.
So there is that. Overall, again, listen, WrestleMania 36. When we look back on this event, right, on April 4th and April 5th, 2020, I give them credit for, again, giving us something to look at, WrestleMania, right? And I give you all, I guess we could agree, we've all been in the majority, hey, they should postpone the show. And they stuck to their guns, and they gave us the show. Hopefully now, again, with this upcoming episode that they've taped already, and once that ends up, they hit the reset button. They go away for a while, hit the reset button. I know Dave Sack said last night in the chat, hey, the idea of them having an off season, it's not gonna happen. Sorry, it's not happening at all.
Yeah, right. They ain't taking no dates at all.
I know they're not. That being said, I give them credit. Thank you for, again, giving us WrestleMania. This will not be, again, a top 10 nor top 20 Mania of all time. Hell fucking no.
Damn, you don't think top 20?
No. By no means.
Let's do this though.
I would have it ranked in the 26, 25 range. I think it's probably the 25th best Mania ever.
What I remember this for, what I remember about this WrestleMania, again, the situation that they were in, COVID-19. They what they showed us, hey, when they want to be creative as fuck, they'll be creative as fuck with the Boneyard match and the Firefly Funhouse match.
Let's do this though. Out of the WrestleMania 30s, how would you rank them right now?
Okay, 30 number 1. 30's number 1. Followed by 31. I'll have 35. So we have 6 so far, right? 6 WrestleManias, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I'll put number 30 as number 1. Right? Number 30 is number 1. Number 31 is number 2. Because I was there, 35. Then I'll put 32. Followed by 33, and then 34. And then 36 at the end.
Okay.
What about you, Mike?
I'm going number 1, 31.
Okay.
Number 2, 30. Number 3, 34. Number 4, 35. Number 5, 33. And 36. 6.
Chase, what about you, bro?
Number 1's 30, number 2 is 31, number 3 is 35, number 4 is 32, number 5 is 34, and then this one's 36. I think I named them all. Did I miss one? Oh, 33. Oh, actually, no, 33. Put 33. Where did I put 35? 3. Put 33 at 4, and then 34 at well, after that, then put 36.
Walty, what about you, bro?
Yeah, 32 is like the 5th best or something like that. But yeah, 33 is pretty good.
We're ranking the 30s.
Yes, from 30 to 36.
Oh, 30's 1, 31's 2. Damn, I'm gonna be a little biased. I'm putting 35 probably at 3. And so we got 3 more.
Number 4.
34 was in New Orleans.
Yes. 34 and 30 were in New Orleans.
34, I'll probably put 4. I think I like that Mania. What was the main event that Mania?
Roman and Brock.
Yeah, Roman and Brock.
I think I'll. Nah. What was 33? Was 33 the one
that was Brock and
33
Roman and
Roman
Braun cashed in.
I think I'll put both of those Manias around the same. So 33 and 34 could be next, and 32 and 36. I like the last 2.
Okay, fair enough. And with that being said, guys, we're going to wrap this up here now. And I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in. To all of you that have listened. I want to thank Chase, Walter, and Mike for coming in and discussing. It's good to get all the guys back together. I know it's not every time, if you will. But being that it's WrestleMania season, why the fuck not? Even if it didn't feel that way, I enjoyed it for what it was. And hopefully the next time we all get back together in a video call like this is... the world's in a better place. Hopefully, everybody goes back to work. Everybody goes back to school.
I'm still working. I don't know what you're saying. Go back to work. I'm still working.
Well, everyone else. Not everyone's an essential worker. I'm an essential worker. I work at a supermarket in the afternoons. You know what I mean? But again, everyone's safe. Everybody's in the words of Filbert Turtle, you're turning the page and washing your hands. Right? You turn the page, you wash your hands, and just enjoy the comfort of one another and all that stuff. I'll leave the floor to you guys before I promote my stuff that I usually do. Big Mike, where can they check you out, bro?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Big Mike 199519 and on YouTube at Big Mike's Wrestling Recap Show.
Chase, where can they check you out, bro?
You can follow me on Twitter at ChaseOliver68. YouTube is just Chase Oliver. I do mostly live streams on my channel. Trying to do some edited videos here and there, but it's just more live streams at this time, just because I am still busy with working at home and I'm trying to focus on working out.
There you go. Walty, where can they check out Mr. I Just Fucked Your Girl? Even though he has a girlfriend now, but still.
We got exceptions, I guess.
We have exceptions.
But you can check me on Twitter at Hey I'm Walter.
Hey I'm Walter, that's right, guys. Check out Hey I'm Walter. It's up to YouTube channel. It's up to his channel, Knowledge of Wrestling.
If you want to see
football predictions from many years ago,
like 7 years ago.
Exactly. So this has been up. You can check me out on YouTube at youtube.com/HeelSteven. Obviously, that's my Twitter, twitter.com/HeelSteven. Here on YouTube, obviously, if you're on the channel, hit that subscribe button right now. You can all check out Around the Point, all the podcasting platforms on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher Radio, Anchor, Google Play. We're also available on okfabe.com. I want to thank Connor for allowing my show once again to be on his platform every single week. And this has been WrestleMania 36. We're on now the road to WrestleMania 37. Going back to Cali, if you will.
I'll see you all there, hopefully.
Maybe so, yeah. Hopefully. Going back to Cali. Looking forward to some Five Guys if that ever, I'm bad to In-N-Out Burger if that ever happens.
Five Guys. You really just said Five Guys right now. You
I know I
disrespectful.
just butchered it, but you know what I mean. In-N-Out Burger or Jack in the
Oh,
Box.
Bye, guys. Yes.
Right now, dog. Are you being for real, huh?
That's a fighting word. That's a
Bro, I had In-N-Out Burger for the first time last year in Vegas. Oh my goodness.
I look. That's what again. If me, Walty, and Mike, if we do LA, I'm gonna try out this In-N-Out Burger.
Better.
I know this better.
I'm forced you to them ass to try, dude. Like, dude, there's some spots in Cali. I'm gonna take you to some spots like that are California essentials, and then you're gonna be like, okay, Cali's food. Because I'm sick and tired of people saying Cali doesn't have a good food game. We have a good ass.
Bro,
food
I
game,
believe
man.
you guys do. I believe you guys do. Low key, California has a lot of good stuff for the culinary world. And the cold chase, hey, you're in a good Mexican spot by the quality of the chips.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's a great quote. Yeah, I remember that.
Exactly. And with that being said, this has been your WrestleMania 36 Night 2 review with Chase, Walter, Mike, and me. And this has also been Around the Point. Good day, everyone.